Okay, let's talk about fractional exponents. What that means is sometimes an exponent is actually a fraction. And what does that mean? Well, let's just talk about the example right here, okay? This is x to the 2/3. The way I would restate that, the denominator is the type of root it is. So that's a 3 on the bottom, so that's going to be a third root, okay? And then x is the base. The numerator is what you would put inside, and so that's going to be a 2. And so that's how we do it. So every time you see one, denominator is the root, the numerator is what's going to go in. So if you ever see something just y to the 1/2, that just means it's going to be a square root, because remember, that's really a 2 on the bottom, or 2 right there for the root. And y, well, y to the 1 is just y. And do we have to really write 2's on square roots? We don't. It's assumed to be a 2. So when something's to the 1/2, it just means that it's going to be a square root. Okay, I've got lots of examples for you to follow. I'm not going to do a bunch on the board, but I promise if you go to the sheets that I have, watch them, you're going to feel really good about how to convert these, okay? Just remember, the denominator is the type of root it is. But let's do some of these problems right here. 125 to the 2/3, evaluate it. Okay, well, I'm going to have my root sign, and I know the denominator is the root, so it's going to be a cubed root of 125 squared. Now, I can find out 125 squared, get out my calculator, figure it out, and then break it down. But since I already have it here, why don't I just do this? I know that I'm going to have two 125s, right? I'm going to have a 125 and a 125. Let's just break down a 125, okay? Well, that's going to be 5 times 25. That's 5/4, $1.25. That's from my 1980s video game days. Okay, so I'm going to circle a 5, and I'm going to break that down to 5 and 5. So I know that 125 is really 3 5s. So if 125 is 3 5s, how much would two 125s be? It would be 6 5s. So this is really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5s. Okay, I'm looking for cubed roots. 1, 2, 3, pull out a 5. 1, 2, 3, pull out another 5. What's my answer? 25. So 125 to the 2/3 is 25. Okay? Let's take a look at this one, 81 to the 3/4. Let's put our eyes up over here, okay? So this one would be, let's make sure we do this right. We know the 81's in there. Now where do these exponents go? The denominator is what goes on the root. So that's going to be a 4, and that's going to be a 3. And just like the example I did right here, if I can find out the 4th root of 81, I just do that 3 times, and that's what I'm going to have because I have 3 81s. Remember, this is really, it's 81 cubed, which is 81 times 81 times 81. So let's just figure out the first one. This would be 9 times 9. Great, but I need 4. So I'm going to go 3, 3, and this is 3, 3, boom, 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 boom. Now, just remember, I have 1, 2, 3 of these. So I actually have 12 3's going. Well, let's just do one of them. What's the 4th root of 81? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 3. But then this 81 will also give me a 3, and this 81 will also give me a 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And I apologize, I'm writing a little sideways. Okay? And so that's just how we deal with fractional exponents. That's enough to get you started. But if you keep watching the video that I have online at maxtutorials.com, it's going to really help you to be able to get through those and really learn this. See you there.